Chapter 1082. Let's go and take it. Reader request, Chopper confusing Zeus for cotton candy and nearly eating him. What is this Chopper slander? My boy Chopper is not that silly to try to eat Zeus. Whoever requested this. The passing of Vice Admiral T-Bone. A figure beloved to many in the Navy and public sent shockwaves around the world. But the Navy did not reveal his cause of death. I still remember thinking that T-Bone would be like a Giga Chad in Annie's lobby. He was sort of, but not really. F's for T-Bone. At Navy HQ, have we found the killer? No leads. All we know is that their family must be living a happy, comfortable life now. That seems a bit odd. Okay. We're living in the end of days. Otsuru, stabbed in the back by the citizens we're sworn to defend. It's sickening. Once there are bounties out on... Oh, so this isn't a mystery. This is just... I was already, like, constructing theories about why would the Navy suddenly be attacked and why is this a mystery. No, it's just a bounty. Makes sense. It happened in the Pepe Kingdom, where over 1,000 people die of hunger every year. Poverty and money will change a person. Indeed they will. Not that I excuse whoever killed him. If this was his goal, then we've sorely overlooking the genius Jester. I like how they're actually just calling him a genius now. I love that the mythos of Buggy is well and true. How can we risk our lives to help the people if we're living in fear of being killed by them? You know what I said, like, before the stream, like, causing chaos? This is what I meant. We're already going to have, like, entire nations pseudo-revolting against the Marines, even before Luffy, like, gets into it. It'll be great. We need to strike down Crossguild, the sooner the better. They'll sap the morale of the troops and weaken the Navy. Have you seen Garp? There's a new flavor of crackers out. How important? Incredible. A few days ago, he said, I'm heading off to save Kobe. I think he went with sword. And Kujaku? 2 most likely. Well then. Yeah, so this is where we have some information asymmetry, because we know what happened there. And Sengoku is obviously a bit shook. I love this, though. The fact that we already basically have, on a nation level, people revolting against the Navy, even before anything has happened, just because Buggy has done this. And the fact that, like, again, they're interpreting it so specifically, like, look at this. They will sap the morale of the troops and weaken the Navy. Meanwhile, Buggy is there, like, just pulling the reverse Uno, basically for fun. I love it. I love it. I want to see where this goes. We're gonna see where it goes. You've crossed the sea to meet us. Well done, the overlords of the underworld are highly pleased with you. A new kingpin of evil appears. Oh, so this is the guy who killed T-Bone? You're a champion of evil. Gyahahaha. Truly incredible. This man definitely looks like a champion of evil. I like that Buggy is very much channeling his whole, I get that I'm not, like, mega strong, so I'll just also sort of return the favor to this guy and just say that, yeah, you're a champion of evil. From what I hear, the incident sent the Navy into a panic. If they ever find you, they'll surely strike your head from your shoulders. I don't think they will. I don't think they'll find him, first of all. He doesn't really seem to be concerned with that. Even if I never get to see my family again, it's still better than letting them starve. I'm so hungry. That's oddly depressing. Have no fear, you're welcomed into the fold. Now you're a pirate with me. Don't you get it? Buggy the Genius Jester is one of the 4 emperors. Your average pirate never gets within a mile of... of course, never gets within a mile of an audience with him. Buggy stocks are going wild right now. I can feel the energy of every Buggy fan out there. Behold, that is Buggy himself in the flesh. Buggy in the flesh, Buggy flesh. What am I reading right now? Begging your pardon, Chairman Buggy Flesh. Baggy Flesh, even. This is the man who sailed with Roger, by the way. It's finally finished. The Crossguild Flagship is ready. Oh! That is certainly a flagship. Suddenly, like, Barto's ship with just Luffy's face on the front of it doesn't seem that weird anymore. And I like that he's surprised, as if he had never seen it being built. As if it literally just appeared with his face. And you want us to ride on this clown ship. Meeting room, now. A Buggy chapter. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going. I knew that if Buggy was involved, it would probably be something wacky. I'm gonna be honest, I'm kind of stun-locked right now. I did not expect this. Okay. It's the best ship ever. You did an amazing job. Public opinion on the Crossguild has been very positive. The Navy should be waking up to the threat we pose by now. The utopia we seek to build is a military nation strong enough to resist any power. And for that, we need overwhelming strength. So, Crocky is still going through with this whole Alabasta plan. So nothing has changed. Okay. I wonder if he's going to go after the ancient weapons or something too. Sort of thinking that if frickin' what's-his-face? Swamp Man, forgot his name. If he's in cahoots with Buggy as well. You know, that'd probably not be great. This is all wrong. This wasn't the life I wanted for myself. I like the Triforce of Power here. We could definitely see that all of them are on equal footing. In order to buy that, we'll need massive wealth and power, right? Well, if you permit me to speak freely, kill me and be done with it if you like, but I gotta get this off my chest. You really call yourselves pirates? Chasing after these small-time goals. What? A last-ditch attempt at arguing back. Stop wasting your time with these lateral moves, boys. Okay, what's going on here? You've heard what they're saying? Red Hair is making his move. Both he and I rode on the Pirate King's ship, but neither of us were able to go to Laugh-Tale with the others. Think back when you were young. What did you want to be? I could see that Shanks had so much promise ahead of him that I gave up on my dreams. Unexpected Buggy lore? Okay. The day of Gold Rogers' death, 24 years ago. Don't you remember what you said, Shanks? That you'd take your own ship to Laugh-Tale one day. Yeah, and I've changed my mind. For now, I don't feel like trying to get there, but I'll still be a pirate. This is young Shanks. This isn't like... Okay, now I'm thinking back to the shot of him crying when Roger came back. Because originally, my read on it was like there is no lore there. It's literally just Roger dying, and Shanks is sad about that, right? Because obviously, he would be. But maybe there was something there. Why would he suddenly 180? Okay. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. You're not who I thought you were, Shanks. Aren't you gonna be the king of the pirates of the next generation? This is really, really both weird and interesting. I thought Captain Rogers' wish was for you to follow in his footsteps. Don't tell me you've forgotten 10... I'm so confused right now. Okay. Until the next time we meet, we're enemies. But Shanks is actually on the move. Why after all these years? Well, whether by fate or accident, I'm on the same level as him now. So if he's gonna do it, then I wanna be the king of the pirates. Power, wealth, we'll have it all. Let's go and take it, the greatest treasure the world has ever known. Okay. Buggy stocks right now. Sell. Sell while they're high. Buggy stocks at an all-time high. So Buggy... So the reason why Buggy is this jaded little a-hole is sort of because he thought his best friend, I assume his best friend, based on what we've seen, he was like, you're gonna make it. You're gonna be the next king. And he was like, nah. It's not even something that happened. It's literally Buggy just being sad and disappointed. Oh my god. Oh my god. Buggy D Clown. Okay, you know what? You know what? I'm gonna take this L. And I will accept it. This changes everything about Buggy's relationship with Shanks. He admired the guy and was disappointed that he did not follow Roger's footsteps. He didn't hate him. Maybe... Exactly! And the fact that this single conversation recontextualizes all of that is insane. And now when you think back to, like, Marineford, right? Where Shanks is sort of addressing him as an old friend, because to him nothing changed. And Buggy is sort of, oh my god, my mind right now. Oda, you madman. He's done it again. Have we had a character like this before? I don't think we have. The one where, like, their dream isn't crushed and nothing happened to them, but it's just a case of them being so disappointed in someone else. That is so good. And I'm definitely just thinking, like, what did Roger say? Why did Shanks cry? Clearly something, because this is still young Shanks. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Buggy D Clown. I am fully embracing the hype now. I'm a Buggystan. I just became a Buggystan. I accept it. I accept the title of Buggy D Stan. They say that titles can create a false sense of superiority. I've never seen anyone this full of himself. Do you actually believe you can talk us into this? No plan, no preparation, pirating is a business. Red hair, Blackbeard, Straw Hat. You want us to fight all of them at once? No, you just have to beat them to the punch. That's the only rule with treasure, finders keepers. Remember that all pirates was sent... Oh my god. He clicked the snail. He clicked the snail. Isn't that right, folks? What was the dream that took you out to sea? Chairman Buggy's kindling the light of our lost innocence. Are your souls crying out for a meaning? Begging for a purpose when your lives could be cut short at any moment? I mean, I don't think you needed to attach, you know, that last part. Don't be cowards, soft and satisfied with the status quo. Reach out for all you want. Most of all, remember, I've got your backs. Let's go and take it. The One Piece is ours. Is there another page? Oh my god, there's another page! I thought this was it. Oh my god. Okay. And like again, I love the duality. Cause with Luffy, like Luffy and Buggy are again exactly the same. Luffy is just as, like when we first met him, he was just as likely to make to the One Piece, which is not at all. Same with Buggy. But Luffy's crew was like, you know what, let's give it a shot. But these guys, because they're technically old generation, you know? They're like, you know what? No. Let's not do it. Let's not do it. And like, yeah, one thing that I love here is the fact, like, this is such a small thing, but man, do I love it. Red hair, Blackbeard, Straw Hat. All three titles, all goats. They're on the same level now. Oh, I love that so much. That is so good. That is so good. The Buggy Shanks stuff, though. The fact that he didn't, like, do what he did out of, like, selfish desire, but he did it because he thought his best friend should do it, but didn't. Man, that is so good. I feel like Buggy is so tied to fate, which is why he's at the point where he's now without even trying. This is why he'll ultimately become the Pirate King, no joke. You know what I think it's gonna be? Honestly. You know what? After reading this, I'm 99% certain. I think what we're going to have, this is like, get your tinfoil out. I think everybody is going to be at Laugh Tale at basically the same time. And I think it's going to be a case of Luffy obviously being the one to actually find it. I think Shanks will be there to either challenge Luffy for the giggles or something like that. Blackbeard will obviously be defeated. But what I think Buggy will do is he will become the Pirate King. Like, in title. I think it's literally going to be a case of Luffy actually doing it and Buggy also doing it. But Luffy is not the one that will get the title. It will be Buggy. I am not even joking. I am honestly convinced that's what's gonna happen. Because Luffy doesn't care about the title. He doesn't care at all. Like, he's not going to fight Buggy. They found it. Buggy gets the title. Like, through whatever shenanigans, Buggy's gonna be the next king. You know what? I believe it. I believe it. I don't know how it's gonna happen, but he's gonna get the title. Luffy's gonna be the actual king of the pirates, but no one's gonna know. No one's gonna know. I love this. I love this. This is so good. Hawkeye scared of Luffy? I don't think it's him, like, being scared. I mean, I think he is scared of Luffy, but I think it's just, I don't think it's him being scared. I think it's him just having a brain. I think not being scared of an emperor, well, let's say we just saw what happens when you know, you find out. Buggy's speech also juxtaposes Teach's speech about pirates sharing interests. Yes. To be fair, I feel like the people we have in the running for the One Piece right now, they're sort of the antithesis of each other, I guess. You know? Like, in terms of their crews, in terms of their motives, and in terms of everything else. Like, in many ways, Shanks is the Whitebeard of the modern day, right? Where he has established himself as a Mega Chad. He could get to Laugh Tale, just like Whitebeard could. I mean, Roger literally told him all about it, but he just never did. For whatever reason. We don't know why, but he never did. And then obviously everyone else, we have Luffy, who is just, you know, Roger. Then we have Blackbeard, who is sort of his, I would assume it's the rocks of the world. And then Buggy is... Odin? Probably not. No, it doesn't really work. Crocodile and Mihawk are unironically Buggy's subordinates. Now they failed so hard as pirates compared to him. I mean, to be fair, we don't really know about Mihawk. Mihawk seems to still be a free agent. I feel like at this point he's just working with them out of convenience. Like every single time before the Crossguild happened, Mihawk was always alone. For whatever reason, we don't know why. The fact that he was a warlord to begin with no crew, is already sort of like, who is Mihawk, right? And Crocodile is doing his own thing, so he's sort of... I feel like Crocodile is ultimately the one actually using Buggy's name, and Mihawk is just sort of there, you know? Alright, let's keep going. We still have more to go. I honestly thought that this I mean, this is about as good of a page as you can have to end off a chapter. Literally Buggy. Because I think we've now had everyone in the running say that they're going to get the One Piece. Who the hell is this lady and why does she have a badass robot arm? Revolutionary Army Vice Captain Eastern Forces. Are these new characters or are these characters that I've just once again forgotten? Gambo Ushiano? Ushiano? Jiron? Yes. Okay. Wanna make a bet? I'll wager it's an enemy ship. How much? I'll put 1 million on Sabo's return. Dragon Eva, Sabo's returned. Wonderful. So he's alright. You cheated, 1 million indeed. I'm not paying. Oh, yes you are. Joe, not you. You saw it through a looking glass. Don't have one. Okay, brilliant. Brilliant. What? He saw Sabo through a looking glass. And then saying, I don't have it. Ate it? Because it says chomp crack. Or crunch, rather. Did this guy just eat a looking glass? Okay. I nearly shot you, Sabo. Glad you didn't. Were you worried for me, Ahiru? This ship is from Lulusia. Oh. So, yes. Is the theory that was floating around that he was looking up because he was sort of close by, or on a nearby island or something like that. The kingdom that just vanished, I'll explain later. For now, these people need rest. So wait, he somehow had enough time to set up... Are these people that came with him from Lulusia? As far as I understand, yes. So these are like people he rescued, he set up some sort of evacuation. But didn't we see people get nuked? Like, it wasn't like with Sabo, who was looking sort of up. We saw people literally looking up. And then another question. How did he know ahead of time? Let's keep going. Let's keep going. What is wrong with you, Sabo? We didn't hear a word from you after the signal went dead. Well, I mean... The signal went dead. Sorry, Koala, I couldn't get a jamming transponder snail. They would have been able to intercept my call. Remember how I sent the indirect call signal 3 noises? I wasn't actually in Lulusia. So yeah, this is what we thought. Glad you're here. I remember you. The sad sacks from Lulusia. Okay, so these are the same people. A real shame what happened to your homeland, but I hear you want to enlist in our army. Then first you need to rest, so you can clear your heads. Okay. So slowly but surely, movement against the world government and navy is mounting. Great. This is Eneru's judgment all over again. Oh no. Not again. The voices, they disappeared. The voices disappeared. Surely, it can't be anything. Let's not talk about it. Okay. I heard about what happened with Kuma. I'm sorry you wasted all your hard work. No, I know this is harder for you too. Perhaps he was programmed with some directive to return to Marie Joie at any moment. Can we tell the captains about all of this, Sabo? I'm afraid not. Listening in could put their lives in danger. Oh my god, does someone have a death note? Is it like a notebook where if someone has heard X, you write down their names, they die? Like listening in could put their lives in danger, you know. This reverie was truly a wild affair. I will tell you everything that actually happened in Sacred Marie Joie. Well then. This is once again where I have to ask, because we don't know everything that still happened with Cobra, right? We don't really know the ins and outs of everything that happened there. We still don't know the ins and outs of what happened with Vivi. But we do know, obviously, that Eam exists. Something that everyone here doesn't know. Except when he said that the throne wasn't empty. I wonder if there's something else that we just completely don't know about. Because Bonney was also there. And then suddenly she's at Egghead. You know? There's a lot he could technically say, but something tells me that we're not going to hear him say it next week. That's my initial reaction. So yeah, it's Cobra stuff, Vivi stuff, Bonney stuff, and Eam stuff. 4 things to potentially learn. Many of which we sort of already know the resolution of, I guess. And I also want to find out how all of them just like, how nothing happened. And one of my like favorite things about this is that, like their table, you know, they have the sort of tablecloth. And it's branded with their logo. Gotta keep your brand image up. Never forget that. Never forget that. Even when you're sharing a meeting in your own headquarters, you gotta keep that branding up. Never let go of your brand. Just in case you forgot, we're talking about the Revolutionary Army. It's always there. Don't forget about it. I love the theory that T-Bone let himself be killed by the guy in order to save his family with the bounty. Maybe he was disgusted with the state of the Pepe Kingdom and the world government, because him killing a vice admiral is a joke. I like that, but to be fair, I feel like there are better ways of going about it, though, than letting yourself be killed. You know? It's like we open with them learning about Garp, which obviously we still need to follow up with. And then we head on over to Buggy, suddenly becoming the absolute GOAT, Buggy D Clown. And then apparently Sabo's going to spill the beans. And once again, we have 50 new plot lines that need to be resolved. Why do you do this, Oda? You know what I'm tempted to do now? This is something I've been noticing more and more. Like, one thing I feel like I've very much lost sight of, that I had when I was binging the anime, is seeing the macro picture, right? And when I was working on the final Wano videos, and I saw like all the flashbacks of Saul D. Goodman and everything like that, at that point I was like, oh, Saul D. Goodman, you say? And then big surprise, he's going to show up, right? I'm sort of tempted to do that again. I want to go through like the Reverie, and I want to go through like Wano, and I want to look at what was there. And then maybe when I see the big picture, maybe I'll be able to piece this together. Because right now we have too many things going on. I think we need to zoom out. Honestly, out of everything that Sabo might tell, because like, okay, he's going to say Eam exists, right? I mean, he doesn't really know anything about him, I would assume, right? Out of everything, I'm kind of more so curious about what's up with Bonney. Because, I mean, that has been a mystery that's been in the air ever since post-war. With Aka Inu's whole you escaped, which I assume was also because, obviously she's the daughter of Kuma. And then she just pops up in Marie Joie. And then... Wait. No, that doesn't make sense. But maybe... I'm just thinking, like, Kuma. I'm trying to draw a line between, like, non-existent points. I was just thinking that maybe he has some sort of, like, homing mechanism on Bonney in case something goes wrong, right? Because, technically, they were both in Sabo. This like, makes no sense. I'm just, like, spitballing here. Technically, they were both in Sabo. And now he's going to Marie Joie, where supposedly Bonney was, like, relatively recently. Because, again, time flow in One Piece is sort of wacky. But it hasn't been long since the Reverie, right? Yeah, I don't know. Okay. Also, side note, this is actually the only bounty in the series that we saw getting cashed in. Good point. Good point. If Garp dies in Hachinosu, the scene where Sengoku wants to give him that cookie will hurt when I reread it. Honestly, I'll be honest with you. At this point, I keep saying someone's going to die. I think so. I still think so. I still think someone is going to die. At this point, though, because when Garp originally was revealed to be going there, my reaction was obviously like, oh no, you know? Like, he's going literally in the beast's, I don't know, stomach or whatever you want to call it. That makes no sense. Anyway, I was obviously worried. Then the dude shows up and one-shots the island. Not the dude, the island. Okay? And at that point, I'm obviously like, well, you know, maybe he's not in danger after all. But then again, I think back to Ace, who was freed and literally 2 chapters later got blasted, you know? So if it is setting up this sort of up and down type of story, it would definitely hit a lot harder. And same goes for Law. Like with Law, I mean, with Law we still have the immortality surgery. And we have his whole, like, him also being of the D lineage and him also being of the water name and all that. I feel like there's still a lot there that needs to be resolved. But then again, cutting his dream short would also be, like, super brutal, especially now that we're in the final saga. And then we have Oda saying, I hope no one dies, haha. I mean, come on. I don't really care about Lulusia itself, I more so want to find out, like, what's... I mean, this is gonna sound really obvious, but I'm more so concerned, like, why, first of all, strike there? Is it literally because there was a suspicion that Sabo was there, and Eam literally just, like, blind shot there? Like, is there a limitation on that power? Because otherwise, why not just blast literally, not Lulusia, but everything in a 50-mile vicinity of Lulusia, you know? There are all these, like, smaller things that I'm confused about. Not confused, but just curious about. I still hope we get to see, like, a proper fleshed out, not just like a retelling, but like a proper event for event or beat for beat type of story about what actually happened in the Reverie. I want to see that. I want to see all the chaos go down. They strike because Lulusia rebelled. Well, yeah, but there are a lot of nations that are rebelling, right? And Luffy rebelled, and a lot of other things have rebelled. So, you know, I feel like there needs to be more there. And if Sabo is the thing that sort of was like, I mean, he saw them, right? So, if Sabo is the thing, then sure, makes sense. And the fact that I'm now becoming a Buggystan, imagine telling this to the episode 100 Koroto, you're going to be a Buggystan. Who could have thunk it? Who could have thunk it? Let me give the chapter a rating. And then we'll leave it there for today. Honestly, as is the trend for at this point, I have no theories on what's gonna come next. I mean, we have to return to Egghead. Surely. Surely we do. It's been like 3 months. Like 3 years. It's ridiculous. Rating for this chapter, surprising nobody. I mean, I became a Buggystan today. I mean, yeah, it will be another 9.95. Still not giving it a 10. But I became a Buggystan. I actually became a Buggystan within 44 minutes. I became a Buggystan in less than an hour after literally years of not being a Buggystan. Let me look at it. Hold on. Hold on. This is a monumental occasion. I can't believe it's happening. How did Buggy become an actual legend? Within 44 minutes, no less. And 3 pages. Where is it? One Piece. Watching One Piece for the first time. Oh my god! It's the 2-year anniversary of the One Piece saga. May 7th. It was foretold in the scrolls of old. The prophecy of the Buggystan is coming true. Oh my god. Let me look. There was someone who commented, I didn't really enjoy Buggy, which is what I said, right? They quoted me back. And then he said, OP fans, wait, that's illegal. Oh, how the turntables. How the turntables. On the 2-year anniversary of the One Piece saga, I've been converted. Thank you for joining me today, and then I will see you whenever I see you. Yeah, I mean, the video is definitely not going to be out by then. Hope you have a wonderful start of your week, and then I'll see you whenever I see you. Bye-bye.